Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how you doing? Firstly, do you like my t-shirt? It says just say yo on it because, you know, I say yo quite a lot, so I thought it was quite appropriate. Anyway, we're well and truly into 2016 now, but 2015 was probably one of the best and worst years of my life. It was the best because I did a lot of cool things, but it was also a bit sad because a few not so good things happened. I mean, I had to deal with grief for the first time in a long time. Yeah, and that wasn't very nice, and a few other things. But today I want to talk about the good things that happened in 2015 and basically just kind of reminisce with you. So this is my 15 things that I did in 2015, and I realised that that was only 10 fingers, but I don't have 15 fingers, soz. So in 2015 I learned how to juggle. I mean, I'm not a professional juggler or anything yet, and I don't really want to be because performing in like circus and stuff isn't really my dream, but I just wanted to learn to juggle for some reason. Like, that was one of my resolutions or goals for 2015 if you watch my 2014 video, and I learned it, and it wasn't actually that hard. I spent the first 2 months of 2015 just constantly practicing in my room, and I have to give a shout out to my brother as well because my brother helped me out a lot, because my brother had learned to juggle a few years before for some reason. He was probably bored and didn't realise he wanted to learn, and so he basically kind of knew the ways to teach me in the most easy way possible, and yeah, it was fun. And as you can probably see here, I can juggle all right now. Like, I'm quite proud of myself anyway. It's a skill that's not going to be used for anything really, but it's just fun. I actually kind of enjoy it. Sometimes I just juggle for relaxation. It sounds really weird, but I just like it. I also visited my first international Disney park for the first time, and that was Disney World in Florida. I've made loads of vlogs about it. You probably have seen them all. They're all on my channel if you haven't, but it was just amazing. It was like a really, you know, amazing experience for me, because growing up I've always ever gone to Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris will always be my home park. It's always going to be my favourite park. However, I've always wanted to visit the American parks, and I mean, Disney World is the biggest one. Like, I was just so overwhelmed when I went there, and I mean, you can see all of that in my vlogs again, but it was just incredible, and it was really fun for me as well to experience a different Disney resort basically. And yeah, I'm happy I went there. I mean, my dream is to one day be able to have gone to every single Disney resort in the world. Shanghai Disneyland is opening soon, fingers crossed. The third thing I did in 2015 that I'm happy about is that I left the job that I was quite unhappy with. Again, you guys probably know about it. I used to work at the Prince Edward Theatre towards the beginning of the year. I was there until about March, and then I realised I can't do it anymore, and I left, and I feel so happy about that. It was definitely a positive thing for me. I'm always going to have some good memories from there just because the people that I worked with were great, and I made some great friends from there. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad. It's just things there just weren't the best, and I'm just happy that I made the step to actually go forward and leave the job. And that's something that before that I'd never done before. I'd never voluntarily left the job, and it was kind of scary to do it, but you know, it's just been one of the best things I've done in my life really. I also had the best send-off I could ever imagine. Like, so thank you to all my ex-colleagues at the Prince Edward Theatre. You just made me really happy, you know. It was just such a great night. I had 2 leaving meals basically, not leaving meals, I had leaving drinks, and then I had like a Haagen-Dazs thing. It was so nice to see everyone come and like care and stuff, and everyone feel really happy for me. Like, everybody was so genuinely happy for me when I told them that I was leaving. They were sad that I was leaving because like they were going to miss me and stuff. That's really nice. I was going to miss them as well, but it was just really nice that they all felt really happy for me and, you know, completely supported me. The next thing I did in 2015 is that I tried sushi for the first time, something that I never thought I'd ever do. So I feel really brave for doing it, and it's again thanks to some of my workmates at the Royal Opera House where I work now, who like helped me out and supported me. We went for a meal together, and they were just like helping me out, you know, choosing what kind of sushis that they thought I might like, and I genuinely enjoyed it. And again, if you haven't seen the vlog for that, it's in my vlogmas list, so I'll leave it down below and you can check it out if you want. But yeah, if you haven't tried sushi before, give it a go because you might like it. In March of 2015, I visited a country that I've been wanting to visit for quite a long time now. I went to Belgium, Brussels more specifically, with my mom, and again, it was just a really good experience. I only stayed there for a couple of nights, but I loved it. I love visiting new countries, and for me, Belgium was the one new country that I visited in 2015. I'm really glad that I did that, but I'm hoping to visit more new countries this year. Also guys, like, you guys know now that Guylian Belgian chocolates, the seashells, are my absolute favourites, and they had loads of them in Brussels, obviously, because they're from Belgium, and I loved it. The chocolate there, everything chocolatey was there. There was just amazing, like hot chocolate chocolate cakes, everything. I ate a lot of bad stuff there basically, but it tasted nice, so that's all that matters. When I went to Florida with my friends, I also got to fulfill one of my lifelong dreams, and that was to swim with dolphins. Now, I've been wanting to swim with dolphins since I was a little girl. Like, I must have been about 8 or 9, and basically I used to love S Club 7 and they swam with dolphins, and I also liked M2M, another band that I was really into when I was younger. They're a girl group and they also swam with dolphins, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do this as well. I honestly never thought it would happen, and it was just so great to do it. Like, they're such amazing creatures, so lovely, so gentle, so soft, and oh, it was just an experience of a lifetime. Like, I'm so happy I got to do it, and it will stay with me for a long time basically. Speaking of S Club 7, one of my highlights of 2015 of course is going to see them live at the O2. I still can't believe that happened. Like, you know when you look up to a band and you love a band so much as a child, and you just, for you they're very inaccessible, you never think you'll ever get to see them. And I mean, at the time I lived in Iran, so I knew they'd never come and visit Iran or do a tour there, so I knew I'd probably never get to see them. And so to be able to see them live and actually be in the same arena as them, and I was really close to them as well if you watch the vlog for it, was so incredible. Like, I cried so many times that night, and I went with my family as well, and that meant the world to me because growing up, me and my brother used to watch S Club 7 together all the time. We used to make up dance moves and like pretend that we were them, and like my mom and dad even were into them because of us. They actually really liked S Club 7 as well, so it was such a special memory for me. So yeah, definitely seeing S Club 7 live would be my highlight of 2015, and I'm so glad I got to do that. Then in August of 2015, one of my best friends got married, and I was invited to the wedding, and my friend Sindhu's wedding was just absolutely beautiful, such a stunning day, and I was so happy and proud to be a part of it. And it was just really nice because it was a special wedding as well. It was a Tamil wedding. I'd never been to a Tamil wedding before. I mean, I don't go to weddings much anyway, let alone a Tamil one. It was beautiful. I got to wear a sari, and like, it was very uncomfortable, but it looked really pretty, and yeah, it was a really good day. For my 25th birthday in 2015, I wanted to do something a little bit more special than normal, just because of what I'm going to mention after this. But basically I wanted to actually gather all my friends around and have a little like party in my house. It was a very small party. I didn't want it to be anything big. I just invited my closest friends basically, and it was really fun, and I got to get my dream cake basically. It was a Toy Story cake. You can see a picture of it here, and it was just amazing. It was such a good day, just like in general. Like, we started it off, me and my friend Lisa, we went to see Inside Out for the second time. It was my second time, and I love that film, you know, it's my favourite film of 2015. And then afterwards we went for a meal, my other friends joined me, and it was just honestly one of the best days of my life, I think. I just felt so happy throughout the day, and I don't know, it was just a day that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And again, I want to say a big thanks to all my friends who came, and I know some of them couldn't make it, so don't worry, the ones who couldn't make it, you know, I still love you as well, because I know that things can get in the way. But it was just, I loved it. It was definitely one of my favourite days, and if you see the vlog from it, watch the vlog from it, or see pictures from it, literally throughout the whole day I'm pretty much like smiling like this. I was so happy. It was almost like a Disney themed birthday party in a way. I mean, I even had like a cardboard cutout of Woody and Buzz from Toy Story where people could just like put their faces and they take pictures in it, and we had so much fun with that. We just took like a million pictures, all of us, and it was just, I loved it. It was so good. Not so long after my birthday, in celebration of my 25th year of life, I did a skydive. Now that for sure is my highlight of 2015. It was one of the best things I've ever done, and I would definitely do it again, except my parents really don't want me to because they were so worried throughout the day for me. Like, even from a week before my skydive was meant to happen, they was just like, Sam, just, is there any way you can change your mind and not do it and stuff? But bless them, despite being so worried and them really not wanting me to do it because they were terrified of me dying somehow, they still came and supported me, both of them, and they were just, it was such a good day. Also shout out to my friend Rebecca as well, because Rebecca came along and she was there and she made me feel a bit more relaxed because my parents were freaking out and Rebecca was still quite calm, so that was really nice. But the skydive itself was just something that I can't explain. It's a feeling that you literally feel like you're alive, and I know that sounds so cheesy and that's what everyone says, but it's just like, especially doing the free fall, it's just incredible. Like, it's a feeling that you can't ever experience again. Like, you can only experience it if you do a free fall. And I mean, it was so beautiful up there as well when I was like coming down afterwards with a parachute, just seeing everything. Oh my god, I honestly wish I could do it again. And believe it or not guys, I was terrified of doing it. Like, 4 or 5 years ago, I would have never thought I could do something like this. I mean, I used to even be scared of just like flying normally, like regular planes, just like, I just didn't like that even. And so doing a skydive was just like insane. When I decided I was going to do it, and I decided it back in like 2011 or something, everyone was like, you're joking, Sam, you're definitely not going to do that, what are you on about? Even I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but when I set my mind to something, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I know that's really sad, but I actually genuinely am. I feel like it was, in a way, me conquering my fears, and also I raised a lot of money for charity as well with the help of you guys and my friends for a charity that means a lot to me called When You Wish Upon a Star. And I want to say thank you to you guys, anyone who donated, basically my friends, you guys watching me right now. I raised nearly £800 and my target was £500, so that's incredible, and I was just so happy. Like, it was something that, again, I'll never forget, and maybe one day I'll do it again, who knows. Sorry, mum and dad. Also, speaking of you guys being amazing, in 2015 I reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which was something that I honestly never thought would happen. I know everyone says that, but when I first started my channel back in, I don't even know when it was, 2010 or something, I literally just did it for fun. Like, I never shared the videos with anyone, I just did it for myself, and somehow people still found me and stuff. And it's only been in recent years that I've started to actually share my content with people and be completely open about me doing YouTube videos. And so for me, you know, reaching 1,000 subscribers was insanely amazing, and again, thank you so much for making that happen. And also, I didn't just reach 1,000 subscribers, I also passed 2,000 subscribers in 2015 as well, which just like completely blew my mind. So yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, guys. I also did something a bit weird in 2015, which for some reason has popped out as one of the highlights for me, and that's that I went to see a production that I'm familiar with in a different language for the first time. And that's something that I've always wanted to do in a weird way. Like, I've always wanted to see Wicked in German and stuff, or like I'd love to see, for instance, Billy Elliot in, like, I don't know, Japanese or Korean or Italian. I don't know why, it's just something that I find curious, especially because it's a production that I'm really familiar with. I've seen it a lot. And in 2015 I got to see Mamma Mia, the musical, in German. I saw it in Vienna with my cousin, and you know, everything was the same as the London production, but of course the language was German, and it was really fun. It was interesting to watch it in a different language. My German isn't amazing, but I can understand it quite well, so it wasn't that I didn't understand anything, but even if I didn't understand anything, I still would have known what was happening because I've seen the show quite a few times, and it was fun. I really enjoyed that, and I want to do more of that if possible in the new year. Perhaps one of the coolest things that I did in 2015 was that I went to Disneyland Paris for one day only. Me and my friend Rebecca back in March just decided that we wanted to go and see Spring into Spring in Disneyland Paris because we loved it the year before, and we were like, we don't want to miss out this year. And at that time it was only a few months before we were meant to fly out to Florida for Disney World, so we knew that we were gonna get some Disney magic in our lives soon, but we wanted to go to Disneyland Paris. And so Rebecca somehow found a way for us to go quite cheaply for just one day. We literally got like the earliest Eurostar train we could. I think it was like a 5 o'clock one or something ridiculous. We got there like at around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. There's a vlog of it, you've probably seen it, but it was just such a good day. Like, it just felt so bizarre and like surreal in a way, because we got back to London that night and we were like, what just happened? We were away for literally one day in Disneyland Paris in this like magical world, and now we're back in London. It was so weird, but such a good day, and it's probably one of my favorite days in Disneyland Paris actually. I really love that. Also, that was back when I was still doing my course in documentary and stuff, and speaking of that, I made my first ever documentary in 2015, so that was pretty cool. Like, I'm really actually quite proud of that video, and if you haven't checked it out, I'll put a link down below, or here you'll see some snippets of it here. But it was a documentary that I'd been wanting to do for quite a long time. Like, I had the idea in my head for a while, and to be able to actually make it like into reality and make it happen in a way was really awesome. I learned so much doing that course and filming that documentary, and I'm just really grateful that I got the opportunity to do that, and I can't wait to hopefully make more documentaries like that in the future. And now we get to the final / 15th thing that I did in 2015 that I want to share with you guys, and this is something that I've actually not mentioned at all before on this channel. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you probably know, but in November of 2015 I randomly decided to apply to work in Disneyland Paris. Basically, they were coming to London for a recruitment session for Disneyland Paris, and I had a few free days, so I thought, why not apply? So I applied, and they got back to me and they invited me for an interview, and then I went, and it was such a cool day anyway, like, because I went to the Disney like company in Hammersmith in London, and it's such a cool and awesome place, and I was just like, oh my god, I want to work here. Hopefully I will one day in the future. Like, that is definitely a dream of mine. But I did an interview and I met some really great people there. Like, everyone else who was getting interviewed was really lovely, and the people were lovely as well. I mean, I think anyone who has anything to do with Disney is probably going to be really nice. But yeah, a few days later they sent me an email and they were like, Samar, congratulations, your interview has been successful and we'd like to invite you to come and work in Disneyland Paris. That just blew my mind. Oh my god, I was just like, what? Especially because I didn't really prepare for the interview. I didn't go to the interview thinking, oh my god, this is my only chance, I want to like definitely like make it and stuff. I knew that if I didn't make it, I could always go like next year or, you know, at some point in my life. Basically, it wasn't that I 100% wanted to do well in that interview and stuff. So I just did the best that I could, really. And the interview was in French mostly, like 90% of it was in French. They even asked me a few questions in German, which was quite scary. And I honestly thought that I didn't do very well. I just thought that I could have done better. So I was honestly very surprised that they said that, I know, I'd been successful. Now, before you get excited, I don't know when I'm going to be working there yet. What's happened is that they've told me that I've been successful and they've got me on their records so they can contact me whenever they need anyone. I've told them that my availability is from like February until August, so they were really nice about that, because, you know, if they wanted me to go like now, I couldn't go because I'm like working here and I've got other priorities here. But basically they told me they'd contact me sometime between February and August, which were my availability dates, and that when they do I can just decide whether or not I want to go, which I mean I most likely will, because I mean it's Disneyland Paris. Yeah. I think for me the main thing about that interview was just the fact that I got through, like that they were happy with me. And it sounds quite sad, but to have like Disney people tell me that I'm good enough to work for the Disney company was amazing in itself. Like, even if I don't end up working there at all, I'll still be happy, because I just, for me, you know, I can't explain to you how much Disneyland Paris means to me. I grew up going there so many times, and as a child and even now, it's just always been my favorite place in the world, and I've got so many memories, like childhood memories of it. And who would have thought, like 4-year-old me, 5-year-old me would have never imagined that I could ever be accepted to work there, that I'd ever be told that I'm a good person, that I could work there, that I'm a right person to work there. And that itself for me is just amazing and blows my mind completely. And I mean, who knows, maybe I will work there, maybe I won't. I would love to work there, but it depends on like when they contact me and stuff, because I might be busy with other stuff. But obviously I'll try my best to go there because I really want to. But yeah, that's the news. That's the news that I've been wanting to share with you for quite a long time. And that's it. That's the 15 things that I did in 2015 that I wanted to share with you and record on camera, because they were good things. They were things that made me happy, and I just want to remember them for the rest of my life. That sounded very cheesy. I'm gonna end this video before I get any more cheesy, because as much as I love cheese and I haven't had cheese for quite a while, I think too much cheese might be a bit weird. Like, add a bit of steak to it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave comments down below and let me know of the things that you achieved in 2015 or things that you want to achieve this year, and just share stuff with me, because I love talking to you guys, and I'm just so thankful that you guys are a part of my life. And again, I'm getting really cheesy. Stop it, Sam. Right guys, I'll speak to you next time. Bye!